the next part of this is going to be the idea of doing these bends in time. We've dealt a little bit with the idea of bending in tune. Now let's get to the second, what I consider fundamental element of music, which is rhythm. On the second page of the printout, which is on my site, it'll be on my blog. If you're on YouTube, the link in the about this video or more information or whatever it is on the top right hand corner will take you there. If you're on my site already, it's just a link and there'll be a graphic for it. But on the second page, halfway down there's a whole note, and we're bending from the 8th fret up from the G to this A, a whole step. Right, if I was counting 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I basically just played an A whole note, but I bent up to it. I didn't go like that, which if I was counting 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be something kind of different. The next line, we actually have an 8th note. I'm going to go 1 and 2. This is part 2 of the bending lesson. We're on page 2 of the printout. We're going to be articulating bends. The very first one, the immediate bend, is basically where we're just taking the bend. We've got a whole note. We're going to go from the 8th fret to the 10th fret in pitch. And we're just bending directly to the note. So if I was counting 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're hearing 4 beats of the target note. We're not actually hearing the first note as being a rhythm or have any real duration. It's just direct up there. The second one, we're going to bend on the and of 1. So it's going to be basically G for an 8th note, and then A for 3.5 beats here. So it'd be 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. So I'll play the whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you heard the difference between those two. The next exercise, we're going to be holding the G for 2 beats, and we're going to bend up on beat 3 to the A, and then back down on 4. So it's going to be 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll try it one more time. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one, we're just doing 8th notes with the bends. So it's going to be the sound, or the actual notes are going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're just going to be doing it with bends. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, one more time. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The fourth measure here, we're actually doing a pre-bend. What you're going to do is you're going to be actually bending the string without picking it, and at the top, releasing it. I've heard people call these ghost bends, reverse bends. We're pre-bending the note and picking at the top. A lot of times, I like using those a lot because it's kind of cool. It's kind of the reverse of what you'd expect. All right, the third page, we've got a few more rhythms here to do. The playing examples, we're going to do these a measure at a time. The first one, we've got, the melody is going to be E, and then, which would be 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then, I'm sorry, 9th fret, and then 7, 5, and then 5, 7 on the 4th string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. But we're actually going to bend the first note. It would be an immediate bend. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Try again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. The second one, the melody is going to be D, E, D, C, A. And we're going to actually bend the first 3 notes from this D. So you have 1 and The next measure of the written exercise can be very similar to the first one. You're bending immediate bend from the 7th to the 9th frets, and then 7 and 5 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string, and then 5 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string. And then the last phrase of this line, we're actually going to be playing 2 E's in a row, but one of them is going to be bent from the 7th fret to the 9th, and then the second one will be actually played on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Those are the same note. Alright, so you're going to have 1 and 2 and 3, 4, which would be 7th fret bent to the whole step, 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then 7, 5, 7 on the 3rd string. So actually, we got 2 more measures. We've got an immediate bend on 7, and then 7 and 5 on the 2nd beat on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string, 5 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string. So that'd be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. All right, and then the last measure is the one that's probably the most different. We're going to pre-bend the 7th fret to the 9th, so we're actually bending up to the E and releasing, and then 5th fret on the 3rd string, and then a whole step bend from 8 to 10 on the 2nd string. Right. So that whole thing that we just talked about, which is written as example 3 on the page, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2. Okay, not the most exciting piece of music, but what we're really shooting for is a little bit of control over how you bend notes. Number 4 on this page, basically it's just me giving you some whole step bends on the bass strings, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling them down. 5 on the 6th string, 3 on the 5th string, 5 on the 5th string, and then bending it up a whole step. The next one, 5 and 3 on the 5th string, 5 on the 6th string, and then bending from the 5 to the 7 on the 4th string. Alright, and then the last lick here, starting on the 7th fret 4th string, 5th fret 3rd string, and then we're going to go whole step bend from here, from the 7th. We're going to hold it and then release it on the and of 3. So you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3,